Okay, so I'm here to talk about Second Chances by Chuck Gallagher, but more importantly, I'm here to talk about a main point from the book. The main point I took from the book was on page 179, that first sentence it is, no obstacle cannot be overcome. And the reason this stuck out to me is because I had a baseball sized tumor in my head. And whenever I first learned about that, I gave up basically. And uh, going back freshman year of high school, I started getting these really, really bad nosebleeds, and sometimes it'd last 5 minutes, sometimes it'd last an hour and a half, and each time I was just tired afterwards. Well, it wasn't until my junior year that the doctors finally figured out what was going on, and that was a tumor the size of a baseball in my left back sinus, all twisted up in my blood veins and everything like that. I'll tell you, when they told me that, I looked out the nearby window and I debated whether or not that height was high enough to kill me. My everything just sank. Nothing mattered anymore. I was a dead man walking. And it got to the point where no doctor in the local area would want to mess with me. One wrong move, one wrong step, the doctor told me, and I could start bleeding out. There were nights I would go to sleep and not know if I'd just wake up covered in blood, like I'd just been at a murder scene. It was my own. A few months after we figured out that I had a tumor, I went down to UNC Chapel Hill, and I spent altogether 2, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, with every visit that I was forced to go down there. I was just hopeless. I didn't care whether I lived or I died. But now, looking back years later, I can see how much of an ass I was being. I gave up because that was the easier option, or that was what was easiest to me. I became a husk of my former self, quit talking to certain friends, just didn't do anything, laid in bed and just waited, waited. But looking back, I can realize how much of an ass I was. I gave up because that was the easiest thing to do, but that wasn't the right thing to do. And even with the family that I had surrounding me, I kept feeling like I was alone when I should have realized that wasn't the case. My main point to all of this is things get rough in life. Things get hard. That's life. We can't give up on it though. Because if we just give up, then what's the point? What's the point living? One hardship and, oh, I give up. Nah. I tell this story just because if there's one person out there that can take something away from this, it's just don't give up. You gotta keep going, you gotta keep fighting. Whether it's a winning fight or a losing fight, or you don't know what you truly believe, you can't give up. You gotta keep going, keep marching, keep just going. And it's only 4 years, almost 4 years later, that I realized this.